Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So today we have a new product review. This one here was sent to me by a company called Geekbuying. There should be a pop-up there for you for their actual company. And they specialize in all kind of electronics and things like that. They're on the website. So they asked me if I wanted to check out the new Rockpals portable power station. Now, I've never used one of these before as far as this particular brand, but I've seen it all on the internet. I've seen other preppers promoting the Rockpals on their YouTube channel and things like that. And hey, this is an opportunity where I actually get to take a look at it and see what the thing can do or not. So this one here is the Freeman 600. This is the 600 watt system. So we'll go ahead and open this thing up, guys. We'll go ahead and go over all the peak power, what it can run and things like that. We're running through some tests today and we'll see how well it holds up to all of our tests. Alright, so of course we'll do the unboxing because you want to see what comes in your box when you get it. We've got a mesh bag here, probably the power supply and stuff. And we've got a little instruction manual that comes with this, talking about the solar panels you can get. Looks like they go into a barrel plug system for charging by solar. Anderson plug connector for solar panel, using that way. So you can use two different types of hookups for your solar charge. You can use the barrel plug or the Anderson plug. And we've got a manual here, the Freeman 600 watt. I am very curious about what the peak power rating is. Peak power rating is 1000 watt surge. That's impressive for a 600 watt system at 1000 watt surge. I'm actually surprised on that. So we'll put it to the test, guys. This thing weighs 17.6 pounds, which means it's got a good sized battery bank in it. Now, if you ever get a power generator that's super light, that means you don't have a very big battery bank in it. So having weight to a power station is actually a good idea. So we'll go and open this thing up here. We've got an Anderson plug. This you can use for your solar and stuff, guys. Power plug for the wall. You've got your power brick and a DC adapter with a barrel plug, so you can charge, like if you're using it in your vehicle, you can charge it through your cigarette lighter. So those are the cords that came with it. Comes in this little mesh bag here. We'll set that off to the side, and we will go ahead and get the power station out. Alright, so we have the Rockpals power station here. It's got a nice little carry handle here. It's actually pretty heavy duty. This thing does have its weight. Yeah, you can definitely tell it does have battery storage in this. So we got 614 watt hours, 600 watts. 614 watt hours is actually pretty decent on these smaller system, guys. Don't ever think that you're going to be running like a large refrigerator inside your home or anything, but this thing here will actually power up a small mini fridge for several hours because of the amount of battery bank inside this thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. We got charging ports right here. We got an input for a barrel plug. We also have our MC4 our Anderson connector right here. We have as soon as I can get my finger underneath there we go, a DC port out. Also barrel plugs for DC port if you're powering up DC power tools. USB, you can charge up this way. Now what I don't see is the outlets for the AC, for the things you need to be running your appliances. Well, let's check out the back side here. There they are. We've got 3 plugs. These are the 110 volts 600 watt plugs right here. They're on the back side. All right, so you got everything on the front and the back on this one here. You got your fan vents on both sides. So let's go ahead and turn on everything. Turn on display. Let's see if that actually comes up. Now sometimes these little screens are hard to see with cameras. Looks like they're doing pretty good today because we're inside. So this is our display. We got a battery bank here. Shows the temperature of what's going on internally, 80 degrees. We have a, let me turn the display back on. There we go. You mash your buttons for what you want to power up. We want to power up their AC, so let's turn this one on. AC is turned on, little green light right there. That is for the sine wave. This thing does have a pure sine wave, so that's for the AC in the back. If we want to do USB port, we'll hold it down until our light turns on. That's for a USB port. Same goes for our DC current if we decide to use that. There we go. Alright, so let's go over some functions as far as things that will be easily running. We've got a light here. I'm going to take this shade off. Take a look at the bulb itself. I do recommend people changing out to low wattage bulbs, mainly because the power draw is not that much. Alright, so this is a 9.5 watt, 120 volt light bulb. So in other words, 9.5 watts shouldn't be much strain on our power system. So what we're going to do, put this back on. And then we change out our plugs all the time. We always use the lower wattage. It just saves us on power and everything. I'm going to plug this thing in. Plugged it in the back there. We got our AC on. So let's see here. Got a light on. Power output. It's not even registering our power output yet. Still says 0 watts. And we are plugged in right here. So that light bulb is actually not even pulling a full watt according to this. It's a 9.5 watt bulb though, but it's registering as 0 watts on the output, which I'm not complaining. It means that it's going to make the battery last even much longer. Eventually we'll start seeing that count up, but as of right now it's not showing anything being drawn. So let's go ahead and get to some larger appliances, maybe some power tools, because this thing does have a 1000 watt peak with 600 watt continuous. So this thing should be able to run our jigsaw. It should be able to run a drill if necessary. Alright, so one of the big things down here in Florida is our power outages. And when we have power outages, it gets hot really quick down here. So will this thing run a floor fan? Obviously this system will not run a central air unit or a large window unit because it's only a 600 watt system with a 1000 watt peak. I mean, even if it would run it, it'll only run it for maybe an hour and then it'll be completely dead. So let's check out one of these floor fans here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and plug this thing up here in the back. Set it up. Make sure our power is on, and let's put her on high. Now I know that the wind's blowing. Let me move the fan so it's not blowing on the mic. We are currently using 54 watts of power. So we have a battery bank of 614 watts. Alright, so we got the jigsaw. The jigsaw I know runs at like 400 watts. So we got a cord here we're going to plug into the back. Check her out. Sheer runner. Alright, she'll definitely run the jigsaw. I am curious about our power consumption. We're still at 99, but I want to see what the running watt is right fast. 218 just running, so let's put it back on under load. $264 under load. I did hear the coolant fan kick on, then turn right back off, so there's no major issues there. Let's go ahead and get our drill out. Drills don't run much, they really don't. This is an old style drill, so it does run a little bit more power than the new ones. But in an emergency, and you need to be able to use a drill, let's check it out. So, no issue with the drill. Battery is still full. Let's see what else we got. Alright guys, so we got the dreaded DeWalt. This is a very old DeWalt. I repaired this one myself many of times. The cord is not even the correct cord, but it works. This thing uses a lot of power. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug her in. And let's see if this thing can run this. Yes, she can. Now I hit a peak of 462 watts on this. As you can see there, yeah. The grinder works just fine. We have the wire wheel on it. So all in all, this thing's pretty amazing. Usually I take a circular saw versus our power station and stuff like that, guys. So the peak on the power circular saw is like 1300 watts. This is a massive peak of only 1000, so it won't run our circular saw. But everything else we ran, our jigsaw, our drill, our grinder. Let me unplug this. No issues at all. Battery bank is still sitting at, well, it's sitting at 98% right now. I have my safety glasses on, guys, because I was at a different angle with that grinder and I didn't want to throw anything in my eyes. So for an emergency purpose, yes, this thing here will work great. Like I said, it'll run a floor fan for a very long time, and that's very key. So if, let's say that you have a CPAP machine or something like that, this right here will run it. I mean, it's running everything else I'm throwing at it. So it definitely run medical equipment. It'll run a mini fridge for several hours to keep like insulin cool, things like that, medication that you have to keep cool. It'll run it. All right, guys. So again, Geekbuying is the one who has sent me this product. They have it on their website. Should be a pop-up there for you. And also, they have their own special promo code for you. For the price, I can recommend the Rockpals 600 because the price right now through them is $399, $400 for a 600 watt, 1000 watt peak portable power station. Also solar generator. That's not a bad buy. So again, guys, we're not affiliated with them, but they did send it to me for free, and I'm glad I got to test this thing out because I've seen the Rockpals on YouTube, online, everywhere I see advertisement for them. I'm like, I don't know. I've never really messed with this particular solar generator before. It's stout. It's stout. It's got some good weight. It's actually a good little system. So, to the team there at Geekbuying, I definitely do appreciate you reaching out to us. It's a very good product, guys. If you're interested in it, definitely go check out the links. Links are in the description. Make sure you use the promo code. You'll get your discount there. Definitely check it out, guys. All right. Speak to y'all later.